Women. They always believe it's hard to stay at home and do the chores, always complaining of tiredness. "I'm exhausted," they say. "I need help," they cry. But what are they really doing? Cooking? Cleaning? Playing with children? How hard can that be? So I decided to challenge my wife for 1 month. We switched roles completely. She would go to my office job. I would stay home and do everything she does. I thought it would be easy. I thought I would prove to her that her job was nothing compared to mine. What happened next will leave you speechless. Welcome to Glow Tales by Zarah. If this is your first time here, this channel shares real-life stories about marriage, family, and the lessons we learn the hard way. Stories that will make you think, make you feel, and maybe even change your perspective. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a story. Your support means everything. Now, let's dive in. My name is Chidi, and I need to tell you about the biggest mistake of my life. I live in Lagos with my wife Amara and our 3 children. Olivia is 12 years old, Sophia is 8, and little Chidera is only 2, still in diapers and crying constantly. I work as an accountant at a firm in Victoria Island. Real work, the kind with deadlines, angry clients, and a boss who doesn't accept excuses. Every morning I wake up at 6:30, get dressed in my best clothes, and leave this house by 7:30. I sit in traffic for an hour. I work in an air-conditioned office that's so cold it gives me headaches. I attend meetings. I handle stress. I deal with pressure. That is real work. That is hard work. My wife? She stays home. Yes, she has 3 children to take care of. Yes, Chidera is difficult, crying all the time, needing constant attention. Yes, there's cooking and cleaning and laundry. But come on, that's not real work. That's just life. That's what women have been doing for centuries. My own mother raised 6 children, and I never heard her complaining the way Amara complains. "I'm tired, Chidi. I'm exhausted, Chidi. I need help, Chidi." Every single day, the same complaints. As if she's doing something so difficult. As if staying at home in comfortable clothes, cooking 1 or 2 pots of food, and playing with children is comparable to sitting in an office for 9 hours dealing with angry clients. This morning was a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I came downstairs at 7 o'clock and sat at the dining table. Breakfast was already there, pap and akara. I looked at it and immediately felt annoyed. "Amara!" I called out. She came out from the kitchen carrying Chidera on her hip. The baby was crying as usual. That child never stops crying. Amara's wrapper was already looking rough, and it wasn't even 8 o'clock yet. Her hair was tied with an old scarf. She looked tired. But tired from what? She just woke up. "Yes?" she said. "What is this?" I pointed at the food. "Pap and akara. I made it fresh this morning." "I can see it's pap and akara. My question is, why are you giving me pap? Do I look like someone who eats pap for breakfast on a Wednesday?" "But you ate it last week Wednesday, and you said it was good." Last week is last week. This week is different. I want tea and bread. Is that too much to ask? She shifted Chidera to her other hip. The baby was pulling her hair now and crying even louder. "The bread finished. I was planning to buy more today when I go to the market." "Planning?" I laughed. "You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You had the whole of yesterday to buy bread, but you were too busy doing what? Sitting down and watching TV?" "I wasn't watching TV. I don't want to hear excuses. Just go to the shop now and buy bread. The shop doesn't open until 8 o'clock. By that time, you'll already be late for work. I stood up, feeling my anger rising. So because of your poor planning, I should go to work hungry? This is the problem with you, Amara. You don't think ahead. If you were working in an office like me, they would have fired you by now. She just stood there looking at me. Her eyes were starting to get that watery look she always gets when I correct her. As if I'm the bad person for pointing out her mistakes. My daughter Olivia came down the stairs at that moment. "Good morning, Daddy," she said brightly. "Morning, my princess," I smiled at her. At least my daughter knows how to greet properly. She looked at the table. "Pap again? Mama, we had pap on Monday." "I know, sweetheart, but—" "Forget it," I interrupted. "Your mother doesn't plan meals properly. This is what happens when someone stays at home all day with nothing challenging their brain. They forget simple things like buying bread." Amara's face changed. I could see I was getting to her. Good. Maybe she'll learn to be more organized. Sophia came down next, already wearing her school uniform. "Morning, Daddy. Morning, Mama." "Good morning, baby," I said. "You look very smart today." "Thank you, Daddy." She looked at the food. "Is there no bread?" "No," I said loudly, so Amara could hear me from the kitchen where she had gone. "Your mother forgot to buy it. Again." "It's okay," Sophia said quietly. "I'll just eat the pap." "No, no, no," I shook my head. "Don't eat it. Let me buy you girls something proper on the way to school. Meat pie and soft drink. Would you like that?" "Yes!" both girls shouted happily. You see what I mean? I'm the one who has to spend extra money because my wife cannot do simple meal planning. But do I get any appreciation? No. I took the girls to school and went to my office. The day was stressful as usual. My boss, Mr. Adebayo, was shouting about a client report I hadn't finished. I had 3 meetings back to back. I didn't even have time to eat lunch properly. Just bought gala and Coke from a street vendor. This is the kind of stress I go through every single day while Amara is at home doing what? Cooking 1 pot of soup? When I got home at 7:30 in the evening, I was completely exhausted, drained. My head was pounding, my body was aching. I opened the door, and the first thing I heard was Chidera crying. Again. Always crying, that child. The house was clean, I'll give Amara that. The sitting room was arranged, the floor was mopped, dinner was on the table, jollof rice and fried chicken. Everything looked perfect as usual, but I didn't want jollof rice. "Amara!" I called as I loosened my tie and collapsed on the sofa. She came out from the kitchen. She was still wearing the same wrapper from morning. Her eyes looked even more tired than before. "Welcome," she said quietly. "Is this what we're eating? Jollof rice?" "Yes, I made it with chicken, just the way you like it." "But I don't want jollof rice today. I'm tired of jollof rice. Make me white rice and stew." She blinked. "White rice? But the jollof is already cooked. It took me 2 hours to—" "I know it's already cooked. I'm saying I want something else. Is that a problem?" "It's not a problem, it's just you're already hungry, and white rice will take at least 45 minutes to cook and—" "Amara." I sat up and looked at her directly. "Let me ask you a simple question. If I went to my boss tomorrow and told him, 'Sorry, sir, I cannot do the work you're asking me to do because it will take 45 minutes. What do you think he will do to me?" She didn't answer. "He will fire me. That's what he will do. Fire me on the spot. But you have the luxury to tell me no. You can refuse to cook for your husband because it's too long or too stressful. You know why? Because your job is easy. You stay at home in comfortable clothes, playing with children, cooking 1 or 2 pots of food. That's not work. That's vacation." "Chidi, I'm not on vacation." Her voice was shaking now. "I've been awake since 5:30 this morning. I bathed the girls, made breakfast, cleaned the house, did 3 loads of laundry, went to the market, cooked lunch, fed Chidera 4 times, changed her diapers at least 8 times. She vomited on me twice, so I had to bathe her again. Then I started preparing dinner, helped Olivia with her mathematics homework, ironed your shirts for the rest of the week." "And?" I cut her off. "That's your job. That's what wives do. You think what you just listed is hard? Amara, you want to know what hard is? Hard is sitting in traffic for 2 hours every morning. Hard is dealing with angry clients who shout at you for mistakes you didn't even make. Hard is having a boss who threatens to fire you if you miss one deadline. Hard is sitting in an air-conditioned office that's so cold you start getting sick, but you cannot complain because you need the job. That is hard work, not washing plates and folding clothes." She just stood there looking at me. Her eyes were getting watery again, like they always do when I'm telling her the truth. "You know what your problem is?" I continued. "You don't appreciate what you have. You stay in this comfortable house, no boss to report to, no deadlines, no pressure. You can sleep any time you want." "Sleep?" Her voice came out louder than usual, louder than I'd ever heard it. "When do I sleep, Chidi? Chidera wakes up at least 4 times every night. When exactly am I sleeping?" "Don't raise your voice at me." I stood up from the sofa. "I don't care how many times the baby wakes up. That's your job as a mother. You're acting like you're the only woman in Nigeria raising children. Other women do it without all this drama you're doing." Olivia was sitting on the staircase. I hadn't noticed her there. She had been watching us the whole time. "Mama," she said, "why can't you just make what Daddy wants? He's been working all day and you're here arguing with him." I smiled at my daughter. "You see, even your 12-year-old daughter understands respect. You need to learn from her, Amara." Something changed in Amara's face at that moment. Her eyes were not watery anymore. They were different, hard, determined. "Chidi," she said slowly, very slowly. "You really believe that what you do is harder than what I do?" "I don't believe it. I know it. It's a fact." "You think staying at home with 3 children is easy? You think managing a house is vacation?" "I don't think it. I'm sure of it. In fact, I've said it many times and I'll say it again. What a woman can do, a man can do better. If I stayed home for 1 week, I would manage this house better than you, with my eyes closed." She nodded slowly. Then she said something I didn't expect. "Okay." "Okay, what?" "Let's switch." I laughed. Actually laughed out loud. "Switch what?" "Jobs. For 1 month. You stay home and do everything I do. Every single thing. I go to your office and do your job. We switch completely." "Amara, are you joking right now? You cannot do my job. You don't even have an accounting degree. You dropped out of university to marry me, remember? I have an OND in accounting. I only stopped because we got married, and you said I should focus on building our home. But I can do the work. Mr. Adebayo knows me. I've been to your office Christmas parties. I've met your colleagues. I can do your job. This was getting ridiculous. And you think I cannot handle staying home with children? Me? Amara, I built this house. I'm the man of this house. I provide everything. Managing 3 children is nothing compared to managing angry clients and deadlines. Perfect. She folded her arms across her chest. So we agree. 1 month. Starting Monday. You do my job exactly as I do it. Wake up when I wake up. Do everything I do. Cook, clean, children, everything. I do your job. Office, meetings, reports, everything. No complaining, no quitting. After 1 month, we'll see who has the easy job. I looked at her. She was serious. Actually serious. Fine, I said. The woman was really trying to challenge me. 1 month. But when you fail at my job after 3 days, don't come crying to me. I won't fail. Will you? Me? Fail at staying home? I laughed again. Never. This is the easiest bet I've ever made. You're going to regret this challenge, Amara. We'll see, she said. Then she stretched out her hand. 1 month. No quitting, no calling for help. Deal? I shook her hand. Her grip was very firm, too firm, like she was trying to prove something. Deal, I said confidently. We start on Monday. Monday, she agreed. I can't wait to see you manage everything I do. And Chidi? What? Remember this moment. Remember how confident you are right now, because in 1 week, you're going to be begging me to end this challenge. I smiled. In your dreams, Amara, in your dreams. She just looked at me with that strange, small smile. The kind of smile I didn't understand. Olivia was still watching from the staircase. Are you people serious? You're really going to switch jobs? Yes, Amara said, not taking her eyes off me. Your father said my job is easy, so he's going to do it for 1 month and prove it. And your mother, I added, is going to learn that real work is not the same as playing house. We'll see, Amara said again. We'll see. Monday morning, 5:30 a.m. Something was shaking my shoulder. I opened my eyes. It was still dark outside, completely dark. Chidi! Chidi, wake up! It was Amara. She was already dressed, not in her usual wrapper and t-shirt. She was wearing my clothes, my white shirt, my black trousers, my belt, even my watch. What time is it? I asked, my voice thick with sleep. 5:30. 5:30 in the morning? Why are you waking me at 5:30? Because this is when I wake up every day. And now, it's when you wake up too. The switch starts today, remember? Oh, right. The challenge. I sat up slowly, rubbing my eyes. My body felt heavy. I had only gone to bed at 11 last night. That's barely 6 hours of sleep. Okay, I'm up. Good. She was packing my work bag, my files, my laptop, moving around the room like she owned it. Chidera will wake up around 6. She'll be hungry. Her formula is in the kitchen. 3 scoops of powder, warm water, not hot. Test it on your wrist before you give it to her. I know how to make baby formula, Amara. Okay. Olivia needs to be up by 6:30. She's very stubborn in the morning. You'll need to call her at least 3 times before she actually gets out of bed. Sophia wakes up easier, but she's very slow. You have to keep rushing her or she'll be late for school. I can handle children, Amara. This is not rocket science. She smiled, that same small smile from the other night. Breakfast. They don't like pap on Mondays. Make eggs and bread. Olivia likes her eggs scrambled with onions, not fried. Sophia likes hers fried with no onions, not scrambled. Don't mix them up, or they won't eat. Chidera eats cereal with mashed banana. Mash it well, or she'll choke. I was getting irritated now. She was giving the instructions like I'm a child. Anything else, madam? Yes. She started counting on her fingers. Chidera's diapers are under the changing table in her room. She needs to be changed every 2 to 3 hours. If you wait too long, she'll get a rash and she'll cry even more. The diaper cream is in the blue container, not the white one. The white one is for her face. Bath time is at 4 p.m. sharp. Use the yellow towel. It's softer on her skin. The bathroom tap needs to be at the middle mark, not too hot, not too cold. Bedtime is 7:30 for Chidera, 8:30 for the girls. Chidera needs her sleep music. It's the playlist on the speaker in her room. Don't forget, or she won't sleep. My head was already spinning. Is that all? No. There's laundry in the basket in the bathroom. The washing machine manual is on top if you've forgotten how to use it. Separate the whites from colors or everything will be ruined. Use cold water for colors, warm water for whites. Hang them outside to dry, not in the sun, in the shade, or they'll fade. Iron the girls' school uniforms for the rest of the week. The iron is in the storeroom. Amara, I bought that washing machine. I know how to use it. Good. She picked up my car keys from the dresser. My car keys. Wait, you're taking my car? It's not your car anymore. For this month, it's my car. I need it for work. You're staying home, remember? You don't need a car. She had a point, but it still annoyed me. That was my car. I bought it with my money. Fine, go. I'll manage everything here perfectly. And when you come back this evening, you'll see that I did everything better than you ever did. I look forward to it, she said. Then she adjusted my tie, her tie now, picked up my bag and walked to the door. Oh, one more thing, she said, turning back. The market. We're running low on food. You'll need to go to the market today. Buy rice, tomatoes, peppers, onions, chicken, vegetables, bread, milk, eggs, cereal, diapers. We're almost out of diapers. Cooking oil, salt, seasoning cubes. I wrote a list and stuck it on the fridge. How much will all that cost? About 7,000 naira, maybe 8. 8,000 naira for one day? It's not for one day, Chidi. It's for the week, but you have to start somewhere. She left before I could respond. I heard the car engine start. I heard the gate open and close. Then silence. The house was very quiet. Too quiet. I looked at the clock. 5:45 a.m. Okay, Chidi, I said to myself out loud. Time to show this woman what a real man can do. How hard can it be? I got out of bed and went to brush my teeth. The bathroom was cold. The water was cold. Everything was cold and dark and quiet. Then I heard it. From down the hall, from Chidera's room. A cry. Soft at first, then louder, then louder. Wah! I looked at the clock again. 6 a.m. exactly, just like Amara said. I walked to Chidera's room and opened the door. She was standing in her cot, holding the rails, tears running down her face. When she saw me, she looked confused. "Dada?" she said, her voice uncertain. "Yes, baby, Dada is here. Mama went to work." Her face crumpled, her mouth opened wide. "Mama! Mama!" "No, no, no. Mama is coming back. Don't worry. Let me carry you." I reached into the cot to pick her up and immediately smelled something terrible, something really, really terrible. I looked down at her diaper. It was heavy, very heavy, sagging. Brown stuff was leaking out the sides. "Oh, Jesus Christ," I muttered. "What did your mother feed you?" Chidera just looked at me and smiled through her tears, like she knew what was coming. I carried her carefully, very carefully, to the changing table. The smell was getting worse. My eyes were actually watering. I laid her down and opened the diaper. My stomach turned. "Sweet Jesus," I whispered. "How can such a small child produce so much? I couldn't even finish the sentence. It took me 20 minutes to clean her. 20 minutes. I used almost half a pack of wipes. The smell was in my nose, in my mouth, everywhere. And somehow, I still don't know how, there was poop on my hand. On my hand. "How?" I said out loud. "How did it get on my hand? I was being so careful." Chidera just giggled. I washed my hands 5 times with soap and hot water. By the time I finished, Chidera was clean and smiling. But I was sweating. My shirt was already wet with sweat, and it was only 6:20 a.m. "Okay," I said, taking a deep breath. "Formula time. Bottle, 3 scoops, warm water, easy." I went downstairs to the kitchen with Chidera on my hip. She was getting heavy. How does Amara carry this child everywhere? I found the formula powder, scooped 3 spoons into the bottle, added warm water from the kettle, shook it, tested it on my wrist like Amara said. It was too hot, way too hot. I waited. Chidera started crying again, loud, angry cries. "Wait, baby, wait! It's coming, just wait!" I tested it again. Still too hot. Chidera's cries were getting louder, piercing, like someone was hurting her. I put the bottle under running tap water to cool it down. Tested again. Still warm, but okay now. I gave it to her. Finally. She grabbed it with both hands and drank quietly. Peace. Finally, peace. I looked at the clock. 6:45. Wait, 6:45? I was supposed to wake the girls at 6:30. No, no, no! I ran upstairs with Chidera still drinking her bottle. I knocked on Olivia's door. "Olivia, wake up! Time for school!" No answer. I knocked louder. "Olivia!" "What?" Her voice was muffled and angry from inside. "Time to wake up! School!" "I'm sleeping." "You need to get ready for school, now!" 5 more minutes. "No, now." "Go away!" Chidera finished her bottle and threw it on the floor. Then she started crying again. What now? What could possibly be wrong now? I opened Olivia's door. She was completely under her blanket, just a lump on the bed. "Olivia, I said get up."
"Where's Mama?"
The voice came from under the blanket. "Mama went to work. I'm in charge now. Get up.
No, I want Mama to wake me up.
Well, Mama is not here. I'm here. So get up now or you'll be late.
I don't care.
Chidera was crying louder now. High-pitched screams that felt like needles in my brain. I went to Sophia's room. At least she was awake, sitting up in bed, looking confused. Good morning.
Daddy?
Morning, baby. Please get ready quickly, okay? We're running late.
Okay, but where's my school uniform?
Your uniform? It should be in your wardrobe.
Mama usually brings it to my room, already ironed.
I stared at her. You can't get your own uniform from your wardrobe? She looked down at her hands.
I can, but I don't know which one. I have 3 uniforms, and Mama knows which one I wore last week, so she always brings the right one and…
Sophia? I was getting frustrated now. Chidera was still screaming. Just pick any one and wear it. I'll be back.
But what if I wore it last week and…
I don't care. Just wear it. I saw her face crumple. Oh no, now she's going to cry too. I went back to Olivia's room. She was still under the blanket. Olivia, this is the last time I'm calling you.
Then stop calling me! Leave me alone!
That's it. I had enough. I pulled the blanket completely off her.
Hey!
She shouted, sitting up quickly.
Give it back!
Get up now!
No! You're mean! I want Mama! Mama never shouts at me like this in the morning. Mama is nice. You're wicked!
She started crying, actual tears rolling down her face. Chidera was screaming. Sophia was calling from her room.
Daddy, I can't find my socks.
I stood in the middle of the hallway, holding a screaming baby, listening to one daughter cry about how wicked I am, and another daughter shouting about missing socks. The clock said 7:15. I hadn't even started making breakfast yet. This is fine, I said out loud to myself. This is totally fine. I'm in control. Everything is under control. But my hands were shaking, and somewhere in the back of my mind, a small voice was whispering, "You made a terrible mistake." By the time I managed to get both girls bathed, after threatening Olivia 3 times, and dressed, it was already 8 a.m. They were going to be late for school. Very late. I rushed downstairs to make breakfast. What did Amara say again? Eggs and bread. Scrambled for Olivia. Fried for Sophia. Or was it fried for Olivia and scrambled for Sophia? I couldn't remember. My brain was not working. I decided to make both fried. Easier that way. Breakfast, I announced, putting 2 plates on the table. I was proud of myself. The eggs actually looked okay. Not burned, not raw. Just okay. Olivia came down and looked at her plate. Her face changed immediately. What is this? Bread and eggs, like you wanted. But my eggs are fried. Yes, fried eggs. What's the problem? I don't eat fried eggs. I eat scrambled eggs, with onions. I told you this yesterday, and Mama has been making them like this for years. My jaw clenched. Olivia, I made eggs. Eat them. No, they're wrong. There's no such thing as wrong eggs. Eggs are eggs. These are the wrong type. I'm not eating them. She pushed the plate away. Chidera was sitting in her high chair. I had given her cereal with banana, like Amara said, but I guess I didn't mash the banana well enough because she was choking, coughing. Her face was turning red. Oh, God! I grabbed her and patted her back, hard. She coughed out a piece of banana and started crying. Again. Always crying. Sophia looked at her plate.
Daddy, where's my cereal?
Your what?
My cereal. Mama gives me cereal and milk on Mondays.
I wanted to scream. Actually scream. Your mother told me eggs. She said eggs.
No, Olivia said coldly. She said we eat eggs on Tuesdays. Monday is cereal day. Did you not listen to anything she said?
I had listened. I thought I had listened. But my brain was so tired and confused and… You know what? I said, my voice coming out louder than I intended. Forget breakfast. Just take bread and eat it in your hands. Let's go. You're already late for school.
But we're hungry,
Sophia said, her eyes getting watery. Then you should have woken up earlier. Come on, let's go.
What about…
Olivia started. Now! They both grabbed bread and followed me to the door, looking unhappy and scared. Then Olivia said something that made my blood run cold.
Daddy, how are we getting to school? Mama took the car.
I froze. The car was gone. Amara took it. We'll walk.
Walk?
Olivia's eyes went wide.
Daddy, it's 30 minutes to walk to school. We're already late.
Then we better hurry up, shouldn't we? We walked to school, me carrying Chidera on my hip, holding Sophia's hand, while Olivia walked ahead looking angry. People were staring at us. I was still in my house clothes, old t-shirt and wrapper. I didn't even have time to shower or change. My hair was messy. Chidera had spit milk on my shoulder. We looked like refugees. When we reached the school gate, the security guard looked at me with surprise. Oga, now you bring the children today? Yes. Is there a problem? No problem, sir. Just say na first time I dey see you. Na madam they always bring them. Every day for the past, how many years now? Well, today I brought them. Can they go in now? Yes, sir. But, dem don late oh. School don't start since 8 o'clock. I know they're late. Just open the gate. He opened it, shaking his head and muttering something I couldn't hear. I watched the girls walk in. Olivia didn't look back. Sophia turned and waved sadly before disappearing inside. I stood there for a moment, breathing hard. Chidera was getting heavy on my hip, very heavy. Okay, I said to myself. Okay, the hard part is over. Now I just need to go home, clean the house, cook lunch, do the laundry. Easy. Simple. I started walking home. By the time I reached the house, my arms were aching. Chidera felt like she weighed 100 kilograms. How does Amara carry her everywhere? Is this woman made of iron? I put Chidera down in her playpen and collapsed on the sofa. The clock said 9:30. 9:30 in the morning, and I was already exhausted. Completely exhausted. But I couldn't rest. No time. I looked around the house. Breakfast dishes on the table. Spilled milk on the floor. Cereal scattered everywhere. Chidera's dirty diaper on the couch. I forgot to throw it away. The house looked like a war zone. Okay, I said again. Clean first, then cook, then laundry, then pick up the girls. I can do this. I stood up to start cleaning. Then Chidera looked up at me, smiled sweetly, and vomited. All over herself, all over the playpen, all over the floor. I just stood there staring. Day 1. It was only day 1, and I was already breaking. To be continued in part 2. What happened when his boss discovered his wife was better than him? Did he survive the first week? And what happened when the promotion offer came? Find out in part 2, The Promotion. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next part.